Thank you for joining me on the channel once again. This is LFC Plavi, and I'm here to talk about the confirmed transfer of Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Now it's official, so it's appropriate for me to give my views on the signing and what I expect from the player as well as the team going forward. So, in my perspective, what I like about this transfer is that from the onset, we had the indication that Florian Wirtz chose Liverpool, even though he had other options to choose from. So there were other clubs that were interested in him, obviously. Bayern Munich being the obvious one, as well as Manchester City also showing interest. It came out later on that these two clubs pulled out, apparently due to the high price tag. But I completely reject that report. The main reason why those clubs pulled out was because the player told them no, he preferred to go to Liverpool. Now, the reason why I like that approach from the player and his family or his agents is that he really knows what he wants. And I think we are better off signing players who want to come to the club rather than players who want to take advantage of certain situations or just come to the club because they are being offered the highest. Liverpool is a club offering them the highest pay, right? Because I know that if it had to do with money, Liverpool was not going to be able to land Florian Wirtz because City would be willing to pay much higher for, especially for his wages. The same thing applies to Bayern Munich. So I don't think Liverpool were offering the highest wages to the player. But then he wanted to play for Liverpool because of the project that he sees Liverpool building. He also thinks that it is the right next step for his career. If he wants to move on to greater things, Liverpool would be the best team for him. I also think that he looks at the Liverpool team and knows that the team is set up for him to thrive, because in that number 10 position, it is Szoboszlai who is playing currently, and he backs himself to display Szoboszlai from that position. So he clearly knows exactly what he wants. The second thing is that Arne Slot, as reports say, did a very good job convincing the player and trying to explain to him exactly the plan he has for him going forward. So I think that also went a long way to convince the player, because I think one thing the player was looking for is certainty in his position, his role in the team. And I don't think those other two clubs, Manchester City and Bayern Munich, were able to give him that certainty in his role and a clear plan of what they really wanted to do with him. So kudos to Arne Slot for, as always, being detailed oriented and being able to convince the player. So this is my take on how or why I think the player made the choice to join Liverpool. Now, moving forward, this is what I expect. I expect that Liverpool are going to use him in a number of ways. It's not going to be a case where he plays as the number 10 or all game, all season. I think Arne Slot has a very complex plan for him. A plan that would be very difficult for opponents to guess. So in certain games, we might see him playing as a number 10 behind a number 9. In other games as well, he might start two number 10s, where he plays Florian Wirtz on the left side of the half space and plays Szoboszlai on the right side of the half space without any number 9. So that we play sort of a 4-2-4 formation where we have two 10s, no striker, and we have Salah and whoever is playing on the left-hand side, either Diaz or Cody Gakpo, cutting in or running into the box behind the defense. So those are two options that I foresee. I also see a scenario where he might play Wirtz on the left-hand side. So in certain games, I think Slot would want to go with Florian Wirtz on the left-hand side, play number 9 in the middle and Salah on the right-hand side, and then he goes with his usual three midfield of Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai behind them. So it is going to be different games with different plans, right? And I don't think that it would be fair for us to sit here and guess exactly what is going to happen, because I think Arne Slot is that kind of coach who doesn't want to be predictable by the opponent. So the reason why I think we brought in Florian Wirtz is to be able to give us that variety and the flexibility to change things around when we need to. The other thing that I wanted to say is the price tag of the player, and that will be my last point. So when I look at the price tag of the player, it's a bit on the high side. And with Liverpool signing players for big money has been a bit of a hit and miss. So we've got some correct. Examples include Van Dijk and Alisson. And we've also got some wrong. A typical example is Darwin Núñez, which it wasn't a total failure, but of course, we all know this hasn't been a successful signing in terms of what we expected him to deliver. So what I expect for Wirtz, and when I look at the price tag of the player, I don't think it's on the high side at all. I think this is the kind of signing that would be similar to what we got from Van Dijk and Alisson, right? These are two players who came in as the most expensive defender for Van Dijk, most expensive goalkeeper for Alisson. Now, Wirtz is going to be the most expensive midfielder that Liverpool has ever purchased, and after the add-ons kicks in, he's going to be the most expensive player in the history of the Premier League. And I think that wouldn't be money wasted at all. Every penny that we've spent on this guy is going to be worth it, because the first thing is that he's a young player. So once you are bringing in a young player, you are paying for his current ability to produce and also the future potential. So he has the ability to improve, and that is what you are paying a premium for. The second thing is that this guy, even though he's a young player, is a superstar already. He's shown and proven that he can deliver on a consistent basis at the highest level on 2 seasons. So he's done it for 2 or more seasons. So it's not just a one season wonder, right? If we compare him to Darwin Núñez only had 1 good season, and we went in to buy him. Here, even though he has the potential, he's young, he's 22 years, we can squeeze a whole lot out of him. He's already proven to be a top player. So that is why I think that this particular signing will be different. The other thing is also that usually when Liverpool sign players from the German league, they tend to do better. They tend to do very, very well. So I think this signing, I wouldn't worry too much or at all even about the price. The price tag, no matter what anybody wants to say, rival fans are going to say a whole lot, and they are going to try and put a whole lot of pressure. But for me, I think that this is worth every money we've spent. And for whoever says that Liverpool fans criticize other teams for spending too much and now we are spending too much, what I would say to you is that compare us to Manchester City. They spend 100 million on a player. If it doesn't work the following season, they can go in and spend another 100 million pounds. Liverpool is not like that. So look at the number of years it's been since we bought Van Dijk and Alisson. We have not crossed the 60 million pound price tag line. We've never bought any player for more than 60 million pounds since then. So it's been about 4 or 5 seasons where Liverpool hasn't been able to spend even 70 million pounds on a player. So if you want to say that Liverpool are spending big now, so why did we criticize other teams? The difference is that other teams spend 100 million, and if it doesn't work, they can spend 100 million the next season, and they can keep spending 100 million on a player over and over and over again. So when you look at City, now they are trying to get rid of Jack Grealish, and they signed him for 100 million pounds. They used him. He had only 1 good season, and now they are done with him. They are trying to ship him out of the team, and they go on to spend a whole lot of money, 60 million pounds, 70 million pounds on players, transfer window after transfer window. So let's not make that comparison. Let's not be disingenuous in our discussions. If you want to make discussions, try to be fair. You know that Liverpool can't afford to make mistakes with their transfers. So if we are spending this much on a player, then it means that the backroom staff, the recruitment team, they have seen something exceptional about a player and they think that he's worth every penny of whatever we are paying for him. So that is my take. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe,